Alright, so here I got a battle versus a guy from the Small Gun Battle Finder thing. He's using a weatherless team. I'm using a sand team that I was working on, but Excadrill got banned, so I'm probably gonna throw this shit away. And he seems to have a firewater grass core and then some other shit. But I'm really not gonna have too much of a problem breaking his core since I got a choice banded Terrakion, and Terrakion's gonna be able to do a fuckload of damage to every single thing on his team. Until he figures out I'm choice banded, I'm just gonna spam moves, and then yeah. So he leads with his own Terrakion. I'm not scarfed, so I'm gonna go into Slowbro. There's no reason for me to just stay in here because I was pretty sure he might be scarfed, and like I said, I need to save my Terrakion because it's gonna do a fuckload to all of his things. So I go to Slowbro, resist, and I'm just gonna fire off a Scald, see what the fuck he goes, hoping for a burn, and luckily I do get it. So now my Slowbro is not gonna be able to stay in here because I don't want to take the Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna Volt Switch, or maybe he might Will-O-Wisp. It doesn't matter to me because Celebi could take any of those options because you know Celebi's a pretty decent Rotom check or counter, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a counter because HPI is not going to do shit anyway, so doesn't matter. Now, I know he's going to go to the Salamence predicting the obvious Giga Drain, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to set up a nasty plot. And I thought I'd be able to outspeed and hopefully 1-hit KO him, because this is a rather offensive Celebi. It's not the usual defensive with nasty plot. So he outspeeds me though, but that means that he's not going to have enough power to 1-hit KO me with the Draco Meteor, so Psychic is able to finish him off, so that's pretty good. Now he goes to his Scizor. I guess he expected me to save my Celebi, but I really don't give a shit about it, so I just went straight for the HP Fire. He probably went for U-turn, expecting me to switch out, but he gets wrecked by HP Fire. So now that he knows my set, he's going to go into his Heat Ram, which walls me completely. I'm going to go into my Terrakion though, because the fire move is really obvious. I also thought he might use like Stealth Rock or some shit. So I just went to Terrakion expecting not to get hurt by anything. And it turns out I don't get burned, and he gets fucked up by a close combat. So I'm thinking maybe that Heatram might have been defensive or have a fuckload of HP, because at this point he realizes that I'm banded, and he goes to his Celebi knowing that I'm banded. If he didn't think I was banded, he wouldn't have brought that in, because X-Scissor is gonna demolish that shit. So I'm gonna go into Scizor just in case he decides to go straight for the Giga Drain, and he used Nasty Plot, so that tells me he's gonna go for the HP Fire. I'm just gonna go to Terrakion again to resist the HP Fire, scare him out with the X-Scissor, and he goes to his own Terrakion to resist, but I'm not really threatened as much by his Terrakion because I have a Slowbro and I could wall that shit for days. But he gets a crit, which kind of sucks because it would have only done like 40% after the leftovers gained. So my Terrakion is fucking him up, and I really don't give a shit about his. So he goes to Celebi, predicts my Scizor to come in to resist the X-Scissor, and here I decided to stay in just in case he might overpredict and use a Nasty Plot. And I also knew that if he didn't run too much attack investment, I'd be able to live the HP Fire and do a fuckload with U-turn. But he kills me off, so whatever. I'm just going to go into T-Tar, 1, because I haven't set up Sand this whole battle yet, and I might need my Excadrill later on. And 2, because, yeah, it's pretty much the only option I have at this point, because I wanted to do a fuckload with Ice Beam. And, reason I didn't go for Crunch because I don't run any attack investment, so Ice Beam would have been better off, even though Crunch is stab. So okay, so the fucking phone had to interrupt me, so yeah, I bring in my Celebi as Death Water because I need a free switch into my Terrakion so I can X-Scissor that thing. He decides to stay in. I really don't know why, but even if he did go to his Terrakion, I got Slowbro to wall it, and eventually I'm gonna be able to kill his shit off with X-Scissor, so it really doesn't matter at this point. So now that he brings in his Terrakion, I'm gonna go into Slowbro, wall that bitch for days, and I think I go for a recover here just to play it safe, just in case he gets a crit or something. So he decides to bring in his Rotom. I'm not gonna want to take the Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, so I'm gonna go into my T-Tar, pretty much just as Death Fodder, because I need a free switch into my Terrakion. But I didn't bring him in this turn because I assumed he would Volt Switch, and even though I know I could take that, I would want to get predicted and, you know, take a Hydro Pump, but he decides to go for Pain Split. I really don't know why, but it doesn't matter to me. All I need is this Tyranitar to die. He goes for Will-O-Wisp, I guess expecting me to hit him, but I'm just gonna go for Stealth Rock because I haven't even used them. I don't need them, just like I don't need my Excadrill, but whatever. It's always nice to have them up there, I guess. So now I just gotta wait for this piece of shit to die and bring in my Terrakion, close combat that guy, and then you know, go to Slowbro as he brings in his own Terrakion, and then kill him off. So that's pretty much what the plan was at this point. But he decides to switch at this right here, I guess predicting me to go for another Crunch and trying to get a justified attack boost, but I really don't care. Even if I had given him the boost, I still have Excadrill, so I don't give a fuck. He locks himself into Excadrill though. I'm not sure why, because now I'm free to bring in my Terrakion, because at this point of the battle I'm like 100% sure his shit was scarfed, so I don't have to worry about him outspeeding me. Worst case scenario, it's a speed tie anyway, if it turns out he's not scarfed, so whatever, because his final dude is Rotom and is not going to be able to take the CB close combat, so that's the game. So yeah, comment, rate, all that shit. I'm out.